Shalom, warriors of Yahuwah and the truth. Hopefully Roscoe will calm down and be quiet. We are going to be continuing on with the lessons from 2Esdras in the CEPHER. Let me see. I do have the pages marked with some of Brother Lew White's pamphlets. We aren't quite that far yet. Okay, here we are. All right, we are on 2Esdras 12. Wait, are we on 12? We must be. We have to be. Yes, we are on 2Esdras 12. And if you have the book, you can read along with me. The CEPHER Publishing Company cut down on the amount of paper they use. So if you guys have the same version that I have, the Millennium Edition, you guys can follow along with me. If you have another version, just look up the chapter we're in. Because mine, it's on page 1389 or 1389. I say that because my husband's dyslexic, and if anyone dyslexic is watching this, it may help if I say the number in a different way, so that you don't hear the number backwards or something. I love you all, and that's why I'm so understanding, because I deal with, like, my husband. He has PTSD, OCD, and dyslexia, and I have a few issues myself: anxiety, PTSD, and social anxiety. But Yahuwah has helped me so that I don't have a fear of public speaking as much as I did before. It's not as hard with videos as it is to speak publicly in front of a whole bunch of people. But yeah, I was just explaining. Oh shoot! So that's gone. Like rock, paper, scissors shoot. Sorry. Okay. 2Esdras 12 we're on. And it came to pass, while the lion spoke these words unto the eagle, I saw. And behold, the head that remained and the 4 wings appeared no more. And the 2 went unto it, and set themselves up to reign, and their kingdom was small and full of uproar. And I saw, and behold, they appeared no more, and the whole body of the eagle was burnt, so that the earth was in great fear. Then awakened I out of the trouble and trance of my mind, and from great fear, and said unto my Ruach, Lo, this have you done unto me, in that you search out the ways of El Elyon. Lo, yet am I weary in my mind, and very weak in my Ruach, and little strength is there in me, for the great fear wherewith I was afflicted this night, or this Lila. Therefore will I now beseech El Elyon, that he will comfort me unto the end. And I said, Yahuwah Adonai, if I have found grace before your sight, or favor before your sight, and if I am justified with you before many others, and if my prayer indeed comes up before your face, comfort me then, and show me your servant the interpretation and plain difference of this fearful vision, that you may perfectly comfort my soul. For you have judged me worthy to show me the last times. And he said unto me, This is the interpretation of the vision. The eagle, whom you saw come up from the sea, is the kingdom which was seen in the vision of your brother Daniel. But it was not expounded unto him, therefore now I declare it unto you. Behold, the days will come, that there shall rise up a kingdom upon earth or Eretz, and it shall be feared above all the kingdoms that were before it. Sounds like America to me. In the same shall 12 kings reign, one after another, whereof the second shall begin to reign, and shall have more time than any of the 12. And this do the 12 wings signify, which you saw. And that, as for the voice which you heard speak, and that you saw not to go out from the heads, but from the midst of the body thereof, this is the interpretation. that after the time of that kingdom there shall arise great strivings, and it shall stand in peril of failing. Nevertheless it shall not then fall, but shall be restored again to his beginning. And whereas you saw the 8 small under feathers sticking to her wings, this is the interpretation, that in him there shall arise 8 kings, whose time approaching 4 shall be kept until their end begin to approach, but 2 shall be kept unto the end. And whereas you saw 3 heads resting, this is the interpretation. In the last days shall El Elyon raise up 3 kingdoms, and renew many things therein, and they shall have the dominion of the earth, and of those that dwell therein, with much oppression, above all those that were before them. Therefore are they called the heads of the eagle. For these are they that shall accomplish his wickedness, and that shall finish his last end. And whereas you saw that the great head appeared no more, it signifies that one of them shall die upon his bed, and yet with pain. For the 2 that remain shall be slain with the sword. For the sword of the one shall devour the other, but at the last shall he fall through the sword himself. And whereas you saw 2 feathers under the wings passing over the head that is on the right side, it signifies that these are they whom El Elyon has kept unto their end. This is the small kingdom and full of trouble, as you saw. And the lion, whom you saw rising up out of the wood, and roaring, and speaking to the eagle, and rebuking her for her unrighteousness, with all the words which you have heard. This is the anointed, which El Elyon has kept for them, and for their wickedness unto the end. He shall reprove them, and shall unbraid them with their cruelty. For he shall set them before him alive in judgment, and shall rebuke them and correct them. For the rest of my people shall he deliver with mercy, those that have been pressed upon my borders. And he shall make them joyful until the coming of the day of judgment, whereof I have spoken unto you from the beginning. This is the dream that you saw, and these are the interpretations. You only have been meet to know this secret of El Elyon. Therefore write all these things that you have seen in a CEPHER, and hide them, and teach them to the wise of the people, whose hearts you know may comprehend and keep these secrets. But wait here yourself yet 7 days more, that it may be showed you whatsoever it pleases El Elyon to declare unto you. And with that he went his way. And it came to pass, when all the people saw that the 7 days were past, and I did not come again into the city, they gathered them all together from the least unto the greatest, and came unto me and said, What have we offended you? And what evil have we done against you, that you forsake us, and sit here in this place? For of all the prophets only you are left to us, as a cluster of the vintage, and as a candle in a dark place, and as a haven or ship preserved from the tempest. Are not the evils which are come to us sufficient? If you shall forsake us, how much better had it been for us if we also had been burned in the midst of Zion? For we are not better than they that died there. And they wept with a loud voice. Then answered I them, and said, Be of good comfort, O Yasharal, and be not heavy, you house of Yaakov, for El Elyon has you in remembrance, and El has not forgotten you in temptation. As for me, I have not forsaken you, neither am I departed from you, but am come into this place to pray for the desolation of Zion, and that I might seek mercy for the low estate of your sanctuary. And now go your way home every man, and after these days will I come unto you. So the people went their way into the city like I commanded them. But I remained still in the field 7 days, as the angel commanded me, and did eat only in those days of the flowers of the field, and had my meat of the herbs. Next time we will be reading 2Esdras 13. We are almost done with Esdras. I believe there's only 14 or 15 chapters in here. 15. Let me see. There's 16 chapters. So we are almost done with 2Esdras. Please, please, please let me know in the comments which section you want me to read next of the CEPHER. What a scripture you haven't heard before, whether you want me to read Maccabees, Jubilees, 1st Esdras, 3rd Esdras. It's okay, baby. I could read Baal and the Dragon, but that one is just about when they were bowing down to Baal, and they were giving they thought he was a living being or a living entity, that like a mighty one. They thought that he was their Elohim, but it was something made of stone or of copper and brass. I can't remember, but I did read it. There's also other ones we haven't heard before. Susanna, Prayer of Manasseh, Prayer of Azariah, additions to Esther. Esther, there's all 4 Maccabees. Yes, there is. But some of these we've seen before, but some of these we haven't. I don't think we've seen the Gospel of John. Enoch we're reading in the Shamayim book, but I found out that there's 2 more to Enoch. There's not just 3. There's not just 3 books, there's 5. So I'm going to search out the last 2 books, or the last 3 that they don't include in the book, so that I can give you guys the whole picture. There's also 1st and 2nd Baruch, which I don't think is in the original canon. The Epistle of Jeremiah, Haggai, Habakkuk, Wisdom of Solomon. So just please let me know in the comments which one you guys would like me to read. Also, Tobit, I've never seen in Scripture. So whichever Scripture you guys want me to read next, please let me know. Just comment to me. I will respond. I love you all with an everlasting love, like our Abba Yahuwah does. Always remember that. Baruch haba b'Shem Yahuwah. Shalom and blessings.